One of the main methods for growing crops at the University of Kentucky Organic Farming Unit is a Bareground production system. In the Bareground system, each bed is 37 inches wide. 10 beds fit in a 50-foot wide field. The Bareground beds are slightly raised to a height of 3 to 4 inches. The beds are formed by the use of a stale seed bed implement. The stale seed bed implement is a custom-built tool which provides effective pre-plant weed control while also forming the beds. 5 components on the implement cultivate weeds: sweeps, Lilliston rolling cultivators, Meeker harrows, a rolling basket, and a bed roller. Weeds are reduced by 4 actions: uprooting, slicing, burying, and crushing. The Lilliston rolling cultivators raise up the bed and control weeds on the shoulders of the beds. Each of the other 4 components on the stale seed bed implement aggressively tackle weeds in the topmost inch of soil on the bed top. This shallow depth of cultivation minimizes soil disturbance, thereby preventing more weed seeds from being unearthed. The last component of the stale seed bed implement, the bed roller, not only crushes weeds, but packs the soil bed top. This provides an even, flat surface to prepare for direct seeding or transplanting. Each Bareground field is prepared 4 to 6 weeks prior to the earliest planting date. After primary tillage with an Immounts 27 series spader, the stale seed bed cultivator is used to establish the Bareground planting beds. After the beds are formed, subsurface irrigation lines are installed using a custom Andros Engineering subsurface drip tape layer. Drip tape used is Toro Aquatrax 8mm with 6-inch emitter spacing. Each Bareground bed gets 2 lines of subsurface drip tape, 1 line for each row of crops. The 2 drip tape lines are spaced 16 inches apart. Drip tape irrigation systems can be 85 to 99% efficient. By burying the drip lines, water is positioned at the critical zone for root development. The drip tape is buried 3 to 4 inches below soil surface. This depth is optimal for the crop root zone, but it also allows for continued cultivations on top of the soil with the stale seed bed implement, as well as the other tractor-mounted cultivators. These cultivators include the budding basket weeder and the Cress Argus finger weeder. Each of these cultivation tools shallowly cultivates only the top inch of the soil above the drip tape. At the time of drip tape installation, a worker holds the drip tape at the edge of the field, leaving some slack on the end. The driver slowly moves forward while lowering the implement down into the field. The skids sink down and follow the wheel tracks. Tension will be on the drip lines initially, which is why a worker must hold the lines. After the tension relaxes, the depth of the tape is checked before continuing. Minor adjustments can be made by raising or lowering the implement. At the completion of the bed, the driver slowly eases the layer up above the bed. The 2 lines are cut off at the ends with a pocket knife. A small amount of slack is kept for either capping the ends or hooking them into the irrigation supply lines. Immediately after the drip tape is installed, the stale seed bed cultivator does another pass on top to reshape the beds. The wheel tracks guide the driver for proper alignment. The stale seed bed cultivator will be used for pre-plant cultivations weekly until direct seeding or transplanting. With 3 or 4 passes of the stale seed bed implement, as much as 93 to 98% of weed pressure can be reduced even before planting. The final action in the Bareground production system is either direct seeding or transplanting the desired crop. A Matermac VeggieMac vacuum seeder is used to direct seed crops in the Bareground system. These may include arugula, beans, beets, carrots, chard, cilantro, dill, lettuce mix, radish, rutabaga, spinach, sweet corn, and turnips. The mechanical transplanter 5000 is used to transplant crops for Bareground production. These crops may include basil, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, collards, fennel, green onions, kale, kohlrabi, and head lettuce.